Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a foundation review. My last one was a fail, so we're going to go through with it no matter how bad it is. I have a full day of work ahead of me and then going to dinner for my birthday. My birthday is not today, but it's in a few days, but we're celebrating today. And so it is on the Sephora Make No Mistake Foundation and Concealer. I have the shade 02 Birch and there is 0.41 ounces in here. I like the packaging. It cost 20 bucks, which isn't the worst, but I didn't break down the costs really. And then also, this is my first foundation stick that I've ever used. Normally I'm a liquid foundation or a powder foundation person. A little bit about my skin. I have dry skin. Sometimes it'll randomly get oily for absolutely no reason, or I'll sweat and then that produces oils obviously. But I have a lot of dryness right here, and I do have acne marks. I think this is all hormonal for the most part. Some acne I do just have, but this right here just appeared out of nowhere and was painful acne. We're going to cover that up, and I would say that I have neutral undertones, although I do have redness. It's just from the acne marks. So this was the lightest neutral one. I moisturized my skin and prepped it with the Maybelline Master Prime. This is the Blur and Smooth 100. I like this. I don't feel like it blurs and smooths my skin. I just think it's a nice base. I am someone who cannot go without primer. I'm sorry if you like that. Maybe I can switch it up in the future, but I just can't. And to me, it doesn't make sense to do one side primer, one side not, one side brush, one side sponge. So I just thought most people do wear a primer and people differ in how they apply it. So instead of affecting absolutely everything in my routine, I'd use a tried and true just plain Jane primer and then use a sponge on one side and a brush on the other. I know this looks disgusting, and this is the Sephora sponge. They have it on sale for $5. I actually really like this, so I'm going to be using the Sephora sponge on one side and the brush on the other. What I normally like to do is apply foundation with a brush and then go over top with a sponge, but we will do both. I don't know how much I'll be using. I don't know how stick foundations work, how much to apply. This is the Sephora exclusive. I bought it online for 20 bucks. It's not sold in stores yet. I think I saw on Trend Mood's page that it is a fall thing, like it'll come out in the fall in stores. They have 16 colors. It says coverage is medium for normal, dry combination, and oily skin types. The finish is matte. Then up here it says natural, so maybe a natural matte. It seems to have pretty good reviews. And when I first bought this, it had 1, and it was a girl on YouTube. I watched her YouTube video and I asked her for help with a shade and like what she thought of it. She seemed to really like it, but her skin is flawless. So she told me 2 would probably work because I kind of asked her for help since she was able to see it, and she had shade 4 and I thought I'd be 4. No, I don't think the shade range is good. Maybe they have more coming out. The deepest is Ebony, but I feel like they need a whole heck of a lot more. Maybe they will in the future. I want to get this on. I'm so excited for this. It is $10.49. I have work at the gym. It is warm outside, and in the gym I'm always moving and walking around, fixing weights, fixing equipment. Let's show you. Cool. Probably do everything off camera. I'll come back, show you the finished look, a close-up, and then I'll carry on with my day. Do you see that? One, a little there. So let's first go in with the sponge. I think I need a lot more. It looks a little yellow. Yeah, I need a lot more, holy cow. Unless it's just because it's a sponge and it needs a brush. Let's move on to the brush. I'm using an e.l.f. blurring foundation brush right now. I really like this a lot better than the Morphe brush, the M439 that everybody obsesses over. Okay, it's really easy to blend. I mean, it covered pretty well. It does look natural though, but I feel like it's not matte, and when I touched it, it transferred, so I am going to set this, and I'm just going to use a brush on the rest of my face because the sponge kind of gave no coverage. I feel it does look really nice though. I like that so far, and this, again, this is my first stick foundation, so I had no idea what to expect or like how much to apply. And this is also a concealer, so I am going to be using it as a concealer, but just not under my eyes. I always get redness here, and also I always crease around my nose and my smile lines. Don't ever forget about your neck. This is so strange. It's like it's picking up fibers from somewhere. That's weird. So what I'm going to do is finish up with the brush and then just go over with the sponge to just kind of blur out the brush strokes, because unfortunately I have really bad luck with foundations where as soon as I apply it, it just looks like it's not melting into the skin and just applying beautifully. It just looks wrong. And this one looks pretty good so far. I do have texture on my skin. As you could tell, I had a lot of acne marks on my chin and cheek and jaw. I'll probably put a little extra in places that have stuff still peeking through, but I do think it's medium. Definitely not full unless you keep layering it up, but it actually layered pretty decently. I think it looks really nice and natural. You can still see a couple spots peeking through, but nearly every foundation of mine right now doesn't cover it. So I'll just put another layer there and I'll come back and let you guys know what I think so far. Okay guys, I'm back and my makeup is done. I set my face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I felt like this is just a general one that doesn't really make it super matte. It's just a nice setting powder. This is in Natural. It doesn't really have too much color on it, honestly. I had to set it because it felt sticky, and even some spots where I didn't put a ton of powder because I am a powder lover. It's still a little sticky, but I think it looks nice on the skin. The only problem I had was right around here. You might still be able to see some acne marks because I did 4 or 5 layers, and it's just these spots are very, very stubborn, so that's the only problem. It is currently 11:30 and I have work at 12, so I need to walk over there soon because it's on my campus, and it's a little bit of a warm day today, but my gym is indoors, so I'll check in a few hours and let you guys know what I think of it. Let me zoom in really quick so you can see a little bit of pores, but for everything you can see my pores. Honestly, around my nose there's a little bit, but that's literally with every single foundation. I use the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, and my highlight is e.l.f. in Moonlight Pearls. I think it's an okay match. Maybe I just need to bring bronzer down my neck, but it matches my body, I think. But I like it so far, so I'll be back in a little bit to check in with you guys. Okay guys, so I'm in the car. I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm stopped at a light. My foundation looks pretty darn good. There's a little bit of creasing, but I didn't really set as much as I normally do. Also around my nose, it's looking pretty good. My nose on top, just the usual spot on top, better than it ever has ever. The only problem is there's a little bit of removal because of my glasses, but I'm going to check in a little bit. It is 3:34 right now. Okay guys, check-in number 2. It is currently 6:21 and I've had this foundation on for over 7 or 8 hours now. I feel like that's a pretty good test. I'm going to leave it on, but I think this is a pretty good stopping point for the official YouTube in me. I really want to powder it right now and blot, and I normally don't get oily. I'll zoom you in really quick. So you can still see some of the things that weren't covered. I don't know if it's just me or does it look like a lot is showing. Honestly though, around my nose, okay, that is chapstick, but around my nose, it's not as bad as it normally is. Every time in videos when I see people's nose when they do foundation reviews, it looks perfect, and then mine just gets super cakey, so I like this. A little bit has rubbed off on my nose where I wear glasses and sweat, so that's naturally going to come off. I don't really have a problem with that. I am a little bit shiny, but not a serious problem, I don't think. Also, I'm right in front of a bright window, so that could be what's reflecting too, but when I look in the mirror, it doesn't look bad. So I'm going to blot right now. I normally powder like crazy throughout the day. Isn't this so classy? So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned in the description bar for updates on what I feel about this foundation with my favorite products. I'll see you guys later. Bye.